Cool. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's good to see everyone already on their mats. What I wanted to talk to you all about today is something that you can do in preparation for any practice at any time. You can start your day this way, you can end your day this way. It's a way of assessing and drawing your intention and focus to the root of your spine. And what we want to do is acknowledge what first the sacrum is. So for now, just feel free to lay down. You can just listen to me. I'll use a small hand gesture, but it'll all make sense, so it's not too complicated. So visuals aren't that required. But we want to talk about what the pelvis in relationship to the lower body and the upper body represents. And when we move and we shift weight, all we're doing is translating from one leg to the other, and that force has to go somewhere as it travels up the body. And your sacrum, the base of your spine, it's actually 5 vertebrae that have all fused together over evolutionary time to create a real solid, basically root of operation for everything else up the chain. It sits in between the 2 wings of your pelvis. If you've seen a pelvis before, it kind of looks like a little bowl, but you have these 2 wings on either side of this little body in the middle. You can think of it almost like a butterfly, if you will. And the body of that butterfly is your sacrum, and it rocks on those wings forward and back. And what we want to do is we want to see if we can achieve better alignment and movement quality within that relationship of the body on either wing. Everyone has a cheat. We all sass out to one side, drop our weight into one leg. Unless you're a downhill skier, I have rarely found anyone who does not have an imbalance from left to right in their sacrum. So what we're going to explore here is how do we maximize the range, the playful and supportive quality of this structure left to right. Because when we can challenge our cheats, our holding patterns, our behavioral sort of tendencies, the habituation of function, we actually get a better platform to build off of. So say you're entering into a yin class, it can be really nice to set the tone so that there's an equal base to build from. If you're in a more active class where there's lots of sort of a vinyasa style flows and you're going through something that's more active, or you say you're working out, you're doing something that's very like lower body based, rooted within squats, lunges, anything but running. Don't do this before you run. That's the one little disclaimer. If you're gonna run, don't do this, because we don't want to loosen you up before you hammer it. Anyways, the idea is if you can bring balance left to right, the foundation that you build off of will have a better interpretation of equilibrium. Otherwise, if one stays stuck, you go to work and all of a sudden you've just reinforced every pattern that held you there. And it can be harder and harder to challenge your sort of root of function versus your habituated function. And so there's nothing wrong with getting back to basics and finding out what that root is. So that's basically the rundown of like why we want to address our sacrum, because it sets the tone for everything going up into the spine. And so what we'll be doing today is, like I said, you can pop this in prior to any practice, or a great way to wake up before you even put weight into your body. You can even do this in bed. It is best on the floor, but if you're in a bad way, when you wake up in the morning, you just don't really want to put weight into anything, or your back is tender, a lot of times this is because the root isn't moving. And so you're taking more force up or down the chain. So the only thing I'm going to show you before you all lie on your backs without props, if you can, is you're going to be creating this little triangle. Okay, so your hands are fanned open. You've got your thumbs and you've got your fingertips. Now we're going to take those index fingertips and we're going to be placing them. I'm showing this for the camera, but I'll do a little spin. Our thumb is just going at the very top of our sacrum, so you can't really see. I've got like baggier clothes on, but that's kind of like, there's the dimple line of my back. I'm trying to place it just on that root. My fingertips are pointing towards my tail. And sorry, I can show the other side of the class, but the idea is, can we create a flank for that sacrum to rock on? You're building a little perimeter, and hopefully, as you'll now discover, can you rest into it? So if everyone wants to take their time, remove your props, lie back, and go into a bridge shape, lifting your pelvis up, placing that little hand shape prop underneath your pelvis, and then drop back down. So you're in bridge, you're gonna go up for a lift. See if you can bring those thumb tips and fingertips together, and then load back down onto that shape. And I'll walk around and see how people are doing, but I want you to kind of just wiggle. So as you like set your weight down onto your hands, just wiggle around and see what you can feel. Can you build the shape of your hands around the shape of your pelvis? Ideally, your sacrum. You should feel these two bony ridges that hopefully run just on the inside of your index finger. Any questions? I guess at this point I can't ask you to raise your hands. You can lift a leg if you like, if you're trying to find it. So you want to drop those down. So lift up, and you're just gonna drop down a little bit lower. So like your thumbs are going to be right at that level, and then your fingertips go towards that. Okay. Everyone is different. Some of us have wider pelvises, and so you don't have to have your fingertips touching. Sometimes you have to open and broaden that out. Just based off of the shape of your pelvis, it could be different. I always take for granted the fact that I'm very narrow, so like for me, it's always fingertips touching. But you gotta see where this is. You'll get better at it over time. So it looks like everyone's kind of figured it out to a degree. No one's lifted their legs anytime soon. Hello, welcome. If you wanna just join us, just lying on our backs whenever you're ready. The idea here is now we're just gonna work on mobilizing with intention. And so we all know what cat-cow is, or anterior, posterior tilt. The idea of rocking forward and back. And in this context, we have our fingers here as a guide. What happens when we're in this bridge and we just rock so that we crush our fingertips, rock till we crush our thumb tips, and see what that shape looks like. So you're looking almost like a teeter-totter, engaging your sacrum forward and back. And this is the big issue. We got a question?
I'm not sure if it's in the right spot.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's okay. Just drop it down a little bit more. Yep. And then lower down. And then you're just trying to see if you can kind of feel the perimeter of your fingers along that bony ridge on either side of the base of your spine. It's kind of where your glutes attach. So if you have really tight glutes, it's really easy to find. So once you're here, you're rocking forward and back. And what this is doing is achieving equal opportunity for both sides to receive your weight in anterior tilt, posterior tilt. Does anyone remember what the difference between these two? The tuck forward, that's going to be your posterior tilt. And then there's the drawing of your lower back up off of the mat, that's going to be your posterior. So what happens here if we can get you to isolate one side at a time? So we're all going to push our weight into our right foot. And you just drive into the floor slightly with your right foot and see if you can feel more weight shift to your left hand, the weight of your left hip on your left hand. Now, do the same forward and back action, rocking forward and back, and see if you can isolate that to the left side. You've got the weight into your right leg, shifting weight into the left hand. Now as you rock forward and back, can you generate more sensation on that left SI joint? And now try it on the other side. You're gonna load weight into your left foot and see if you can drop the weight into the right hand. And with this, same thing, forward and back, very subtle, very small. The trick to this is to actually use as little muscle as possible. Be heavy and try to accommodate for the weight of your body so that we're not just muscling through our hips and our lower backs, but actually isolating the joint that's in question, which is our sacroiliac joint, our SI joint. Did anyone notice a difference left to right? Most of us will have one side that takes on the majority of work, the majority of postural stress, and the other side will be this free, loving, swinging, articulate, creative leg. So whichever side it was that you felt more on, as far as movement was concerned, that's probably less of your focus. The one that doesn't move is where you want to pay attention, because now the full exercise is you're going to, using that weight into the loaded leg, travel up one side, then switch the weight to the opposite leg to cross over and travel down the other side. And then you'll keep doing that in a circle. So you're just going to be circling around the perimeter of your hands, allowing your body to just be heavy, exchanging the transfer of weight through everything. So we got ourselves a serious salsa class over here with Eric. Try and slow down, be heavy. No, don't be so articulate. Just let that shape move around, because you're just putting a lot of that effort into your hips. As you move, see what it's like to just establish smooth rotations in one direction and then in the other direction. And then notice where you might run into a barrier or a boundary. And with that, you're going to allow your body to just discover what doesn't move, and then give it a little bit of extra attention, a little bit extra love. Hi, how's it going? So we're gonna create a little triangle with our hands. You're gonna take that triangle and you place it around your sacrum. So your thumbs are right at the very top. Your fingertips are gonna be pointing down towards your tail. And the idea is to set heavy in the weight of your pelvis and rock back and forth, almost cat-cow style, seeing if you can just isolate a little bit more movement in the SI joints. Sorry, there was a little upkeep with everyone. Any questions? What are people feeling? Has anyone discovered a spot that does not move? It's always fascinating. Yeah, we got one leg lifted. And the interesting thing is, can you ask for that spot to be a little bit more mobile by maybe just going over it back and forth until you get a little bit better quality of alignment? And this is the hardest part about this exercise, is we are dealing with the base root of the spine. There's so much loaded neurological stress that goes through how we hold our body weight up against gravity, that when we slow down, we offer the opportunity for challenge and change to a relationship of holding that gets us through life. And sometimes from that vulnerable space, we can then build and control for a new alternative way of functioning. And so with that, we're going to come to the end of this. You don't have to do this every time, but a great way is to lift your pelvis up into a bridge, take your hands out, and now you're going to slowly lower down with control. And if you really want to, you can find the engagement of your glutes up and down, driving through, whether it is 1 to 10 pelvic lifts. And what this allows is for us to establish a relationship of strength from the open position in your SI joint that you just achieved. So for most people, this is what's lacking in our pelvic relationship. We've got so much tone through the front of our legs, not enough through the back, so much tone loading through our lower back, and not enough established stability coming from our abs. Beauty of this exercise is it's basically telling your glutes and your abs to work simultaneously. So it's a nice reset for an open pelvis that you just accomplished. So hopefully that made sense. Do anyone have any questions? You can kind of like move around, do what you want. Alex will be back in a second. But
that's great.
Yeah, so for someone in your situation, especially if you're going to be like lifting heavy or knowing that you're going to be challenging through like deeper sort of like lunge situations, you'll always bump into where that restriction is on the one side
100%.
That's less dominant. So if you can start to play and challenge with that prior to, really helpful.
Yeah, so do it before lifting.
Exactly, before lifting, yeah. It's a way of just sort of setting the tone, trying to balance everything out as much as possible before entering into the load-bearing repetitive exercise.
How long do you do it for?
It all depends on, like sometimes you'll realize if you do it more and more, your body will just get used to shifting, and then it'll just be free. And like sometimes that can take like 5 minutes for that one spot to free up, or the one side to be a little bit more available to that type of movement. And then you get good at it, or maybe it's just the right day, and like that takes 30 seconds. And the cool thing is, if you can start building a registry of how your body's doing day to day, you have a really good way of understanding what's working for you, what's not. You can be like, oh, well, it was those shoes, it was that one activity that I did that really threw me off. It was that sleeping position. People who sleep on their sides, this can always be really, really relieving, because we put so much weight when we're on the one side in bed. It's kind of like the longest yin pose you've ever been in. And we need to find ways of bringing life back to that before we start our day. Most often what happens if you spring out of bed is you're carrying that restriction with you into the mechanical reality of that day. So anything that can set the tone like this can be very helpful. But again, find ways of playing, understanding, interpreting, and you will often give yourself a much better window to change your mechanical reality. And with that, you can all set yourself up. I think we got, oh, no, Alex ain't back, but we're all ready. If you want to bring yourself to a nice, calm position of rest, preparing for your practice. Did you find something?
Yeah.
I could see you were fishing on that one side more than the other.
On the right.
Yeah. And so was it the side that was not moving? Or was it, yeah, okay, so that was your stuck side. Yeah, I have the same pattern.
Yeah.
I'm very stuck on my right. My left has lots of fluidity. I know exactly where mine came from. It came from skateboarding. Basically, I would swing my left and my right was this basically hammer driving into the ground over and over again. But every mechanic comes, honestly, through your behavior. Every activity and action is going to produce a different outcome. So if you think hard enough about it, you can be like, oh man, that was that job. Or that was that sport that I grew up doing.
An injury, I think.
Totally.
I fell once on my right side.
Yep.
Affects my ankle and my head.
And so you have to think about the way that mechanics work in the body is we save energy by not moving. We don't want to have to over-process energetically because our brain ultimately wants to take everything. If it has the resources, it'll just capitalize on that. And so if you can get the job done while doing as little as possible with your physical form, great. That's just more time for your brain to just go on its merry way. We have to actually execute consistently and challenge our energetic sort of intention with our body if we want to have it balance out, because the brain doesn't care. As long as you're feeding calories into the system, done. That's it. And this is why everyone runs into problems when they're 30, roughly. You'll notice most people, even if they've never had a problem in their life, they hit 30 and they're like, why don't I feel the same? It's because your body had no intention of ever having you live this long. And they're like, oh, well, we could just cut corners there, cut corners there. As soon as one little thing goes wrong, all of a sudden you run into all of your patterns. And they weren't sustainable to begin with. So you will now have to figure out what is at the root of building more balance within whatever you took for granted before. Your sacrum, easy place to save energy. So to your point, you felt that there was an injury at that space, your body shortened it up, made it as solid as possible, saved all the energy, didn't have to stimulate it through movement, which would cause pain possibly. And here you are, now you've got this one little stuck spot. And so it's always neat to think back as to where these things might come from. It's not going to solve the problem, but it's helpful to interpret how they play out over time. Exactly. And the best ways of reteaching is to set the tone. And that's why it's nice to come to a place like Yin, where you can actually spend the time asking the nervous system the same question. It's we're actually kind of interrogating our body as to is this appropriate? Is this allowed? And if it isn't, why? We're just laying here. We're not doing anything harmful. We're not doing anything too extreme. Why would this be a problem? And then over time, you'll notice the nervous system and the body will start to soften. And really, as long as what you're doing with intention has that rooted sense of well-being and sustainable function, you can keep asking those questions and challenging them and building and building and building. Yeah, no worries. So with that, I'll back off and we can just sort of get into what the noise and the vibe has to offer. Enjoy your practice, everyone.
Starting to wiggle your body from side to side.
intention, as you breathe into that intention, me and Kelly are going to start connecting. We're going to bring you into a very deep experience today. As you can already hear in the sounds, in the vibrations, as you can feel in the energy, we're going to be coming into a really good way. So relaxing where you are, here on the ground, getting yourself nice and guided. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, and long and strong out through the mouth. In through nose, and out through mouth. Just keep breathing like this, yogis, all the way in and out, relaxing, releasing. This is what we call grounding, right? You're not doing nothing. You now know what you're doing. You're graduating. You're evolving. You're understanding what it is that this practice is. All right, we are ready. Welcome to day 4, everyone. Welcome to day 4 of our Yin Yoga program. Day 4, wanting more. That's what we want. We want more. In the beginning, we learned what grounding was. Grounding was connecting with the earth, putting our body on the ground, feeling connected, noticing that nothing was anything but nothing. And stillness was anything but still. And silence was anything but silent. Lots of energy coming through. And then we continue to grow as we were grounded, because nothing can grow unless it is grounded. I want everyone to realize this as an absolute truth of being, an absolute truth of receiving, an absolute understanding and energy. Everything through as we know and show you. For everything is grounded grows, and everything that grows gives. And day 2 led to day 3. And day 3 was all about the gift. What is grounded grows. What grows gives. Today, we're day 4 in our Yin program. And today, what gives must surrender. So this is a very special class today. This is a class of the mind. We've been working on our techniques from our hips into the head. Today is all about the head. Even hearing that word for some of you, it's very funny. You're already feeling it. Like, oh, my head. Get out of my head. You're going to get into my head. Can you read my thoughts? My mind? What's the difference between my brain, my mind? What's myself? What are all these things we're here to do? Go back again to the beginning. Everything that's grounded grows. Everything that grows gives. Everything that gives must surrender. When we started our journey, we wrote into the first page of the book, we wrote grounding, the verb. This is the word for yin. This is for your physical body. And then we took that word, we flipped the book, and we wrote in the back of the book, at the end of the first day, we wrote surrender. Today, you're going to get a complete shot of this journey, your full first complete circle. Hips, heart, head. As we follow the structural complexities of the spine, this practice today is going to be more meditative. And if you remember the last time with Ujjayi, ocean sounding breath, that's where we left. A lot of you had a very profound experience. So that's my little intro today. We're going to start today's class. You're going to take the bolster and you're going to place it behind you. And as you place the bolster behind you, you're going to lie back and you're going to bring your knees in towards your chest and let your head be down, down, down towards the ground. Nice and easy. You're going to start here. Just knees into chest, nice and wide. Again, you can play around and pilot around. Enjoy the journey. Just relax, release. Let it all go. Let it all flow. Starts here, yoga starts now. We're going to take it all together. Knees in the chest, grounding down, down, down towards the ground as we commence our practice. So we're going to start with 5 minutes here, knees into chest. Focus on the feeling. We're going to focus on the healing. Just relax your head, relax your shoulders. Relax everything. Practice today, the energy of being grounded. So let's get grounded. Lie back, relax. Bolster behind you. If you need any assistance, you can raise your hand. On your left knee and your right hand on your right knee. Your elbows are nice and wide so you can open up your knees. You want to adduct. You want to move your knees away from your tailbone, away from the center line. Let the elbows relax on your side so you're nice and comfortable. And then once you have a good grip and you have no strength in your arms, you're just holding. I want you to start to move your tailbone. Move your tailbone up and down, left and right. Move, not with your arms, but with your hips. Okay? Let your arms go for an adventure. Don't pull. Use your hips. Like a cowboy, like a cowgirl. Think hips, think tailbone. Let your arms go for the ride. Let your arms go for the ride. Your hands have honey on them. They're glued to your knees. You're letting it go, letting it be. Moving, relaxing. about the head today. So all this energy down in the hips is moving through the heart and into the head. In yin style. Nice and slow. Nice and gentle. Good. It's been 3 minutes, yogis. Now we're going to reach on through the thighs, and we're going to either peace finger the toes or grab the outside edge and come into a happy baby inside of the legs. Peace finger the toes. Happy baby. If you ever want to join us, feel free. And as you be and breathe, as you relax and release, just let it go, let it flow. Relaxing down towards the ground. Finding your pose. Remembering what yoga is. In through nose, and out through mouth. Feel the breath. Feeling whole. Feeling here and clear. Feeling here and clear. Relax your head, relax your shoulders. Again, you're on a journey. This is a journey down towards the ground. Deep breath in, deeper breath out. Arms to the inside, legs on the outside. Feeling the energy through and through. Nose to toes, crown to tail. Deep breath in, deeper breath out. Breathing and being. We are in for yin. And this is how it begins. Beautiful yogis. It's been another 3 minutes. Now at this point, what I want you to do is listen very carefully. I want you to take a deep breath in. I want you to exhale, sigh it out. Okay? Focus where the tension is. Deep breath in, don't let go. Exhale, sigh it out. One more. Now what I want you to do is take a deep breath in and Brahmari, strong through your body. Inhale, exhale, release. 3 minutes on your own. Let it go, yogis. Feel what happens. Feel what happens. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Holy moly, right? Feel the energy. Feel the energy. Allowing, aligning. This is the magic of this moment. 3 minutes to changes make big differences. Notice if it doesn't serve you, let it out. There's 2 drainage points. If you have something inside you, there's 2 drainage points. Mother Earth, that's below you. Father Sky, that's above you. You ground it, you roll down into the ground, you feel it, press it down, that's the earth. Release it to the sky. 2 ways to move energy from your body, to express it without words. Words are a way. All movement is a way. Painting is an art, dance, it's all expressions of movement. You're putting it from inside you, outside you. Like my yoga teacher taught me. Vishvaketu. Better out than in. Which is so funny because that's so true. You don't want it inside you. You know where you want a problem? Outside you. You don't want it inside you. Okay, yogis. That's it. Got it. Okay, ready to go in again? Lift your hips up high. Take that bolster underneath you once again. Lift it up in bridge pose. I want you to slide as high up on your lower back as you can get it. So bridge pose. I'll demonstrate at the front. And as you lie back, lift it up as high up as you can get it. And once you have it as high up as you can get it, again, knees into chest, hold, level 1, level 2, legs straight. Level 3, you lift up a little higher and you place it a little higher. Again, everyone has a sweet spot. Don't go further than this just yet. Stay here. Focus on being here. Focus on being here. Let yourself relax into it. Okay? We're gonna be here for 10 minutes. It's a long time. 10 minutes is a long time, but it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be super awesome. So point your toes, curl your toes, feel, feel, feel. As you relax, release. Deep breath in through nose, and long and strong through mouth. Little tiny micro movements as we come into supported, reclined, shoulder stand. Supported with the bolster, recline, we're on our back, shoulder stand. Right, going into shoulder stand. We don't need to hold it, right? We're doing it yin style, nice and easy, nice and gentle. Deep breath in through nose, exhale mouth, releasing. Relaxing. All the way through. Stay with the bolster. Again, if you want to go further back, bring the bolster with you, but don't come off the bolster just yet. Okay? I'm going to stay with the bolster for the first 5. Deep breath in and deeper breath out. As you relax and release. Little tiny movements, pointing toes, curling toes. It's what I call skywalking. Many of you might not know, but the word shaman means skywalker, one who walks the sky, one who walks with Father Sky, one who knows the stars. And so in this position, You are becoming a skywalker. And to truly be a skywalker, you need to know the story of the earth. Because the earth is situated, perfectly pinned in space, in time. Everything on earth is grounded to the earth. We're all connected by gravity, which is the yin. This unseen force has been with us our whole lives, all our generations. You are learning through this program to awaken it, to use it in your daily lives. You don't have to do anything different. It's always been there, but as you awaken and become more aware that it's always there, you can use it in different ways like we're doing today. Today what we're doing is using gravity to help us skywalk by inverting ourselves into a seat where we can literally have our feet into the air. You'll start to notice a feeling starting to happen to you as you lie like this. There's a feeling that occurs. The consciousness starts to shift and change. You're receiving the intelligence from the earth. Your head, your shoulders are grounded. The earth's got your back. And your feet are swimming in the sky. Beautiful, yogis. This is the 5-minute marker. You can go deeper, you can lift the bolster a little bit higher, or you can start to come off the bolster. 5 minutes to keep going back. Keep going back. And if you do touch the ground, this is what they call plow. Breathing and being, yogis. Open up the legs. Again, feel the energy. This is all for your lower back. Stretching the lines of energy. Surrendering that tension. Down, down, down towards the ground. You have 4.5 minutes to go, yogis. Keep being and breathing. In through nose. And out through mouth. As you intensify that connection. More pressure, more weight, you're intensifying your connection to the earth, your connection to the sky. As you relax and release, as you let go, as you feel, and as you heal. Resting in the experience of the posture. Resting in the experience of the posture. 2 more minutes to go. As you be and breathe. As you be and breathe in the queen of all poses. Breath by breath, you understand a little more why it is this way, why it is that way. As you surrender, as you let go of control. Final minute, yogis, you're doing great. About the breath now. You're as deep as you can go. Now breathe into it. Breath in, yogis. Exhale, sigh it out. Take all the time you need. You have 3 minutes to relax, release. Enjoy the gift. Enjoy the gift. Remember, movements are medicine for your body. Stillness is medicine for your mind. So feel and heal. Breath by breath. down, down. All right, crew, and when you're ready, I want you to come up into a tabletop position. As you come up into tabletop position, I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take your bolster in front of you, legs straight. And I'd like you just to move your hips side to side. If you're not comfortable like this, I may provide you with a second bolster. You should be nice and comfortable doing this, legs straight, moving it around. Heels lift, toes lift, going side to side. Feel the vibe. Relax your head. Relax your shoulders. Let everything go. Let everything flow. Shifting the weight left and right. Feeling the energy. As we go down, down, down towards the ground. Some of you don't need the bolster. You know who you are. You can release that. Some of you need two bolsters. Just want you to be comfortable. 3 minutes. We're already a minute in. I want you to dangle. Just dangle it out. Deep breath in. And deeper breath out. Through nose. And out through mouth. In through nose. And out through mouth. Energy. As you relax, release. As you relax, release. Down, 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 down towards the ground. 1 more minute. Just feeling. Your head, relax your shoulders, shifting the weight forward and back, spending time to unwind. Spending time to unwind. Good, now I wanted you to take how many bolsters you have, or if you don't have any bolsters, I want you to put them in between your legs for a squat. Just relax here, take a nice passive squat. If you don't need a bolster, you don't need a bolster. Just relax into it, 3 minutes, just chill. Relax your head, everything ground, down, down, down. Deep breath in, and deeper breath out. All flow. Let it all go. carefully. We're going to Brahmari, and we're going to transition into forward fold. Now, forward fold is legs straight, and you're reaching for your feet, okay? But we're going to Brahmari. You're going to take a deep breath in. You have objects underneath you, so you're going to move them. And you're going to go right into forward fold, okay? Deep breath in. Inhale, sigh it out. All right, now make your transition right away into forward fold. Don't think, just do. Get there as quick as you can. Forward fold, hips on the ground. Not dangle, forward fold. Hips on the ground, legs straight. That's right. Hips on the ground, legs straight. That's it. The other one. Exactly. Good job. Right away. Transition in. Stretch into it. Feel. Let that energy from the squat go through your legs. Let your head relax as you come forward. Reach far forward. Relax into the feeling. Stretch and feel. 3 more minutes. Stretch and feel. Relaxing and releasing. Spider crawl those fingers a little bit more forward as you stretch it out. Down, down, down towards the ground. As you exhale, push that belly button back and toward your spine. As you be and breathe. More seconds. Sigh it out, splash it out. There you go, yogis. Down to tailbone. As you relax, release. Notice the feeling. Ground that energy down, down, down into the ground. As you ground that energy down, 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 down into the ground. You're going to take your arms out to the side like a T. You're going to bring your feet together. Make sure there's no bolster. Right? You're going to cross your right leg over your left leg. So it looks like this on the ground, lying down. It's crossing like a mermaid. You're going to stretch that right arm up. And bring it over. So it looks like this. Then you can take that left arm, reach down towards your foot. As you stretch down, bring into a side angle. Move your body around, wiggle it out. So again, first cross your ankle right over left, and then you lift your right arm up in the air, you start stretching and opening. I'm demonstrating it standing. Again, this is what I would be doing if I was on the ground. Moving, trying to get into it, right, into the side bend. That's it, deep breath in. Deeper breath out. Long and strong. You're playing with that arm, seeing what it can do. Not too much. There you go. You see what I mean? More like that style. There you go. There it is. See? Good. That's what you're working on. That's it. Breathing in, feel the side of the ribs. Feel the energy. That's it. Feel. There it is. See? There it is. Good. Breathing in. Virabhadrasana. It's the banana. Beautiful banana. Doing great, son. Oh, there you go. Good. There you go. Breathe in your belly. Right? 30 more seconds. As you stretch and feel. There it is. Opa. There you go. Play with that. There you go, brother. Opa. Like peeling a banana. It's a good pose. Opens you up. That's it, brother. Relax. Feel into it. Deep breath in. Deeper breath out. When Brahmari to clear, deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Yeah, other side. Best thing we can do. Flip it right over. Right away, other side. Let it go, let it flow. Deep breath in. Deeper breath in. Through nose. Out through mouth. As you relax and release. Inhale. Exhale, side out. Good, yogis. Take a minute. Ground and chill. This will be our last posture. It's a two-parter. You're gonna like it. It's a favorite. I'm gonna hold it for a while, so you're gonna enjoy it. Use the bolster though as a head pillow. In front of you, lie down, look to the left side. Take your left leg, cross it over, and twist over. So you're rolling over your right shoulder. You can use this hand to help guide this leg open. Right? You can stretch back, you can feel, you can push. It's your scorpion tail. If you don't like the bolster, you can get rid of it. And there's lots you can do here. So start lying down, lift left leg, bring it all the way over, stretch and feel. Foot can go anywhere it wants. See, go long, you can go short, you can play with the knee. Again, you're rolling over your own shoulder here. Deep breath in. Deeper breath out. In through nose. And out through mouth. Relax. Feel the energy. Let yourself be guided. As you be and breathe. Feels right. And left leg can stretch out straight. Just make sure your arms are in a T. You can bend. Left arm can help you roll over. Again, you want to imagine like you're rolling over your shoulder. Pinning that shoulder down and rolling over it. It's quite intense. Over time, it's more powerful. Good, deep breath in. Open up that left arm, deep breath out. In through nose. Out through mouth. Feel the energy. Right away. That's it. It's a good one, I know. Stretch out that arm. Stretch out that leg. Roll over yourself. Roll over yourself. Deep breath in. Deeper breath in. As you relax and release. Deep breath in. Deeper breath in. More minutes, yogis. Deep breath in. Deeper breath out. We're just moving section by section. Beautiful. Now I want you to ground in a different way. I want you to lie down on the ground, remove everything. And I just want you to lie, open your both arms out, wiggle out your hips, and get as comfortable as you can be. Imagine this is reverse Shavasana. Breathe into the ground. Flatten all the way down. I want you to hug the earth. I want you to wiggle it out. I want you to figure out how to get comfortable here. Relax down, down, down towards the ground. Nice and easy. That's it, stretching it out, feeling, connecting, noticing your energy. Noticing your energy. If your head is on one side, move it to the other side now. Balance it out. Just ground it down. Ground it down, down, down into the ground. Ground the feeling. Ground it with healing. As you relax, release. As you relax, release. Down, down, down into the ground. A deep breath in. Deeper breath out. In through nose. Out through mouth. Relax and release. As you relax and release. All right, yogis, and when you're ready, we're going to return back to our first position. You can either lie flat on the back, just Shavasana, or you can lie back with the bolster behind you, whatever you feel more comfortable with. Get nice and cozy, get nice and comfy. Let everything go, wiggle it out on the floor. Every way you want to get comfortable. Relax your final asana, shavasana. Remembering the point of this practice is to take the practice into the experience. Right? To take the practice into the experience. What is the experience? We've had many experiences. this one is to surrender. You felt that today a little bit more deeply. Subtle changes in the sequencing allows for the practice to go in different ways. Subconsciously, unconsciously. The more you practice, the more you experience, the more you tune into these subtle frequencies or flows or patterns. And so now we're going to begin once again with our ujjayi, our ocean sound. Our ocean sound. And so that breath is a little bit of heat. You contract the glottis. Contract the glottis. Relax. Release, start to close the lips and supercharge it. Maybe learn in the ujjayi behind closed mouth. It's more like a grumble, more like a hum. It's the same sound, it's but behind closed lips. Be strong or soft. It's a way to regulate your nervous system when your nervous system gets out of control. It's a way of coming back to yourself. That's why a lot of people, if you've ever noticed, when you anger someone or you upset someone or someone is in a way of hysterics, you might notice them trying to control themselves in an uncontrollable way about going or this energy starts to tighten. That's the yang. In martial arts, we have the and the power of this breath extends beyond this practice of yin into yang. It can be amplified. For our purposes, to down-regulate, it's to chill, it's to control. Think of it as an ember, a warm flame. The flame at the end of the campfire. Those warm, glowing embers that you feel warm with, that you sleep with, that you cook with. That's this fire. So it sounds like the ocean, but in reality it's a fire. Behind closed lips it sounds feeling that energy. And so I want you now to cultivate a color, each of you in your mind, as you as you ujjayi, not yet Brahmari, as you ujjayi. I want you to cultivate a color now. So the ocean is clear, right? They say the sea is blue, but in our imagination, the sea can be anything, right? It's just clear light, it's just water. So in your world, your inner world, what is the color of your sea? Is your sea red? Is it green? Is it blue? Is it purple? Is it teal? Is it rainbow? Is it multicolored? Is it soft? Is it vibrant? Is it dark? Is it light? What is the color of your breath? What is the color of that inner fire? Again, visualizing is sometimes hard for people. Right? Not everyone has the strength of visualization. Whether we're breathing and being, allowing, releasing. Just want you to warm up this color inside you. And when you're ready, I want you to release it out into the room for all of us to breathe in through the nose. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And then breathe in, yogis, through nose. And exhale, release that color out into the room. That's your power color. It's uniting with all the other power colors. Now the colors are starting to connect. Your color, your power, and all the other power in the room is starting to connect. And with each inhale, you're breathing in. Breathing in that color. With each exhale, releasing it out. Feeling the energy. Starting to move. Starting to feel. You send forth your power. You send forth your strength. This 2-hour practice. All that you learned today out into the room, connecting us. Beautiful, 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 beautiful energy. This energy of color. As the colors blend, as our powers combined, we feel the breath. Support each other. The breath comes and goes, but never leaves. And so we tell stories on the breath to remember, and we must not forget. We are the breath. We are the breath more than we are the body. We are the breath more than we are the mind. The breath is the densest form of your spirit. Closest thing I can show you what your spirit looks like. What your spirit looks like. Let's go into that ujjayi. Open or close, yogi's choice. And closed lips or open mouth. But keep the ujjayi. You're here to practice. Day 4. Want more. This is the day to surrender. This is the gift. You've learned a lot along the way. You've learned a lot along the way. Today is the day to surrender. As we relax, release. As we relax, release. Letting it go. Letting it flow. Breathing and being. Ujjayi. Ocean sounding breath. breath. Now I'm going to teach you how to surrender, how to really let it go. In this very yin state, in this very chill place. Allowing yourself really sound it out. Get into your nervous system. Release the ujjayi, the flow, all the way through. Let it out. Let it go. Strong sighs, like a strong wave. Increasing that tapas, that fire, that sound. And when you're ready, yogis, deep breath in and soft sigh. Singing sigh. Feel the difference in all the vibrations. Deep breath in, sound of the sun. All this energy. Just let it go. 7 more minutes to do nothing but be and breathe. Just let yourself go. Surrender down, down, down. When I first took my journey, it was like a stone. I felt myself as a stone at the top of the water being dropped. See yourself being dropped at the top of the water, and you're just sinking down, 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 down. And we're gonna go down, 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 down. Let it all flow. Letting it all go. your awareness. Less is more. Consciousness. As you open up. Being aware. With that, yogis, let's put our hands to our heart center. Palms down, back to our bodies. Everything that's grounded grows. Everything that grows gives, and everything that gives must surrender. What happens after you surrender? Well, everything that is surrendered is grounded. And everything that's grounded grows. And everything that grows gives. And everything that gives must surrender. So what happens after surrender? Well, whatever is surrendered is grounded. So the cycle starts again. So from this place of depth, remember the gift. Remember the gift. Remember the gift. What you just experienced is me remembering mine. Nothing can shake that. Not the subconscious, not the unconscious. No demon, no dragon. Nothing can tempt, nothing can tilt. Nothing can bend or break. The intention is there. It's yours. Nothing can take. Nothing can be taken. That's the gift. Everything grows from this place, from this space. And peace. Peace is the byproduct. Peace is the environment. Peace is the field. Peace is the air. You need peace to cultivate it, perpetuate it, and harvest it. So shanti, 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 yogis. Peace, peace, peace in your hearts, in your lives, in everything that you see, are, and be. The light in me sees, shares, acknowledges, and recognizes the light in each of you, grounded in gratitude, in love, with love, and through love. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. That was a beautiful 2-hour practice. Remember, this is silent space, so just be mindful. These are powerful experiences. Thank you to Kelly for the beautiful accompaniment on the bowls. We keep elevating your experience each and every time you come to class. We have our break now. We'll take half an hour. This room will be quiet room. If you'd like to talk, go into the lobby, or we meet at our communal table. I'll have the tea and everything in power bowls for 5:15. I love you all. I thank you all. If you have questions, I'll be down there to thing, but if there's anything specific for the group, just save it for class, because when I open up the circle, I will ask about the practice of something specific about Kelly or me or this technique. Save it for when we get back. I love you all. I thank you all. If you want to journal, now's the time, because the energy is here. And again, I'm going to hold the space in the room. I'm going to play the little chill music. If you just want to lie down, relax in here, this is the space to do it. If you want to talk and eat and drink tea, we got half an hour. We'll see everyone soon. Thank you, everyone. Blessings, blessings, blessings. All right, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here. Good energy. So I always say, are we missing anyone? I'm not sure. Don't think so. Kelly is there. Jeremy left. Reza, perfect. Okay. So I finally figured out, I bought all those fancy lights and everything. And all I needed to do was go to Mech and get this cool camping light. $100. That's all I needed to do. All that drama. All that Amazon purchasing, bought like 3 lights. All I needed was this. So cute, right? And it's all connected. It's perfect. We just need all of the light. So cool. Brother, you gonna tag team with me today a little bit? Or are you gonna get going? Yeah, you wanna put a mic on, or you got your necklace? It's okay. Actually, you know what, dude? If you wanna roll today, this is more like meditation style today. If you wanna get going, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, because you did your intro. So, yeah, go ahead. Thank you, brother. Thank you, everyone, to Kent. Yes, we love Kent. Chippendale. Woo. All right.
I don't know if we need that second light on.
No? Too bright?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's good?
We don't need this is.
Okay.
Drop it down like a little bit.
I just want just a little on my face. Yeah? Cool? Yeah. All right, crew. All right, so welcome. So day 4, as we follow kind of, the energy from being grounded into what grows. Everything that is grounded grows, and everything that grows gives. Everything that gives must surrender. And so what happens after that? And that's what you experience today in the practice. What happens after I surrender? Well, if you're surrendered, you're grounded. So guess what? You're gonna grow. It's gonna give. It's just gonna keep going. So what I've learned is it's a circle, it's a cycle. This teaching comes from my own personal experiences with the energy, whatever you want to call it. And so I share it with you, because that's what was shared with me when I had the experience. And so this is why I teach this, because this is the way, this is the path, this is how it is, and it all kind of makes sense. And so we structure it kind of around this idea of how to do it this way. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Behind the scenes. It's all good. Yeah, take your leave. It's like that long clap, you're like, hey guys. He's almost got it. Ken, don't worry about that. Just leave it. Get out of here. Yeah. Okay. So So we're in this beautiful flow of the energy. I'll just start when kick goes. No, we'll just reset. Thanks, brother. All the best to you. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. All right. So we're back. So everything that's grounded grows, everything that grows gives, everything that gives must surrender. What happens after surrender? Well, once you're in surrender, that's the mind, right? So the mind is surrendered. So when the mind activates again and says, what next? Or what else is there? All of a sudden it like oscillates again, because that's the whole point. You're in this perfect bliss, it's nirvana, whatever, enlightenment. And if it oscillates again, it goes, what's next? Well, if you're a yin yogi, right? Let's say something as simple as your eyes opening, or you look around, or you turn on a light, you're like, what's happening? Or what's going on? Or you just don't know what's going on. You ask a question. You're grounded. You're grounded, right? Your whole body is grounded, right? Because what is surrendered is always grounded. You can't be in a state of surrender without being grounded. There's no such thing. Okay, so the two are one. So that's why I say the mind is the body, right? Grounding at the beginning, use the body. Surrender at the end. When you get all the way, what happens? Kind of repeats itself, but it's not like a repeating in the same way. And that's why in yoga, the first journey is through liberation. First you liberate everything, and then you realize. So once you've liberated all your stuff, all the things that you feel, guilt, shame, and regret over, once all your questions have kind of been answered in the proverbial sense, once that's done, once you have liberation, once you have freedom from all that, then you just start to realize. What is realize? Realize what is real. What is real? That's that switch. You go through the cycle, everything that's grounded grows, everything grows gives, everything gives surrenders. So now you've liberated, you've done all that journey, and now you're in surrender. You're like, what's next? Well, if you go through it again, you don't go through it the same way. Because it's like Sarah now. Like Sarah's taken this program before. She's back now as an alumni. It's different from when she first came in to where she is today. And Sarah, do you want to talk a little bit about that? Not to put you on the spot, but do you want to say anything about it? Because you are quite articulate. If you want to, with the group, it's a cool group. Just about what I just said there. Like, is it true what I'm saying? Like, it was almost a year ago, right? Yeah.
It was a year and a half ago in May 23. Hi everyone. Thank you. Thank you for the space. Wow. The journey takes us, we can notice similar patterns in our existence. I think as the sun orbits the earth and we have months and it comes and goes in the seasons, but we can notice ourselves in subtle changes, or we can notice ourselves in the same patterns, and it's like, hey, this crazy aunt came through again, but I'm not as activated anymore, and she's all up in my business.
Mm-hmm.
Or any other iteration of that example, or when challenges show up, how are we stronger, how are we more grounded, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, as we, for me, as I found myself more grounded in who I am, I'm able to make more powerful decisions or that are more aligned with where I see myself ultimately as my higher self, future self, favorite self. But I think getting grounded is really where we want to be, because without grounding, like a tree, if a tree's not really grounded, any sort of wind that comes will just knock it off.
That's right.
We want to be able to flow with the wind.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say, I think.
Thanks, Sarah. Beautiful. So again, there's a magic to it. So that's where I say it's like, and it's like, well, when will I be liberated? Pain, trauma, suffering. It's like, well, it could take a whole lifetime. It could take many lifetimes. At the end of the day, don't get caught up in the aspiration. just take the journey, take it one step at a time, one practice at a time. What can you do today? What can you do right now? And who can you do it for? First for yourself. So focus on yourself, I'm telling you, in this lifetime or many lifetimes, just for ourselves. So if you're already thinking about trying to fix someone else, oh boy, it's more than enough work just for ourselves in this lifetime, And I'm sitting here with you. I haven't ascended to the Omega level, I'm not like, we're still in it together. And there's lots to be done. There's lots to be learned. And it's not about doing or having. It's just about getting more connected with your being and understanding your being and your karma and your dharma and all the things that you're doing and having. These doing and having affect our being, and the doing and having affect the being. And so as we do this yoga, we're liberating and realizing. We're liberating and realizing. We're liberating and realizing. So we're liberating and we're realizing. And the more we liberate and realize, the more the balance, the more enjoyable, the more, again, it's not quite happiness, but it's because it's not always happy, but it's just peaceful, balance, right? It's okay that it's not okay, right? It's okay that it's not okay. Less reactive, right? Less karma, right? And now you got to work it out again because you're out of balance again. So finding this balance is really the key. Is it to be this way all the time? Yes, but, and, do we need, a little bit of oscillation? Do we need a little bit of Shakti, Shiva? There's always this yin yang. Do we need it? Of course we do. We're in the world, we're in it. So think of it more in terms of the intention that you've all set for yourselves. That intention will always bring you back to your being. And whenever the mind oscillates or a new challenge presents itself or thing, it's another chance for you to take that intention and weave it into that thing. Because the reason why that thing is throwing you off balance is because it's not connected to that thing. Because that thing is the thing that makes you balance. So for me, whenever it's not love, my intention is love. I don't know if you figured this one out at this point. Always has been, always will be. Whenever I do something or anything presents itself as a problem, and trust me, I forget all the time too, because it's hard to always see that everything can be a moment of love. Everything can be an experience of love for me, because it's my intention to connect with. So when it's not, I love this light, I love this mat, I love this space, I love all you. The moment it stops being that love, right, that's when I start to go out of balance. I don't love this mat, right? It's dirty, this smells, this was expensive. Once my mind starts taking the label of love off of all these things that I just described, and it starts, you see, then I start going out of balance, okay? Because those words are, it's not my being. It's not my center. It's not my source. So when you set the intention, that's what it is. Now you can say, well, that sounds psychotic, that you're doing this all the time. But if you think about what the breath is, that's what the spirit is, right? Even as I talk to you, even as you listen, the spirit is moving through this room. We might not be aware that we're breathing right now, but we're all breathing right now. So again, it's always happening. It's always happening. And the more awakened you become, you're really just awakening to the breath of every moment. Every moment. And no matter what you're doing, and you can, again, like I said, this sounds like a bit of an irony, but you can pretty much do anything to an extent of, first of all, is it coming from your intention? And is it consensual, right? Right, there's a couple spiritual boundaries and rules, like gravity. You know, there's a couple things that, like, you know, allow us to kind of really understand it and really practice it. You know, being our best versions, our best selves. So in Yin Yoga, this practice today was about the head. So that's why this is more of a lecture today, kind of talking to you about, like, what is this thing called yoga? You know, liberation, realization. That's always my answer. You know, what are you trying to liberate and realize? The self. What is the self? It's who I am. Well, who are you? Right? And when you say, who are you? Boom, that is the intention. I'm love. Okay? So we're going to do a little activity. Okay, we're going to have some fun. So, let's see. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yes, I like this pairing. Yes, I like this pairing. And I like this pairing. Yes, let's do this. Okay, so you're going to turn and face your partner. Be nice and close. You're going to sit with them. You can go to their mat, or then go to your mat, or you can sit in the middle. Okay? Remember, just always remember in the back of your mind, Yin Yoga is about taking the uncomfortable and making it comfortable. Right? That's what Yin does. Yang is uncomfortable. That's why people lift muscle weights and run really fast and do fireballs. Right? That's uncomfortable stuff. Right? And Yang loves that. Right? But Yin is all about the comfortable, making it comfortable. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit with our partner. Who's 1, who's 2? Okay? 1, 2. Just choose. Play rock, paper, scissors with each other. Who wins gets to be 1. Go. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. See who wins. Okay? Rock, paper, scissors. Place. Perfect. Good. You don't have to play rock, paper, scissors. Okay. So now when we got our thing, we got our people. She's yeah, I love this.
It's okay, she's number 1.
We get her. She's number 1. Okay? So we're going to go really slow, especially with the 2 of you. You guys are going to go really slow. So Ashley, this is going to be a beautiful activity for you because it's going to be like a meta for you, the 2 of you. But everyone listen to me, okay? So this activity, once you do this activity, you'll never be able to do it again. It can only ever happen once. You've already done it. But it'll be fun for you to do it again. But I don't know if you remember it. We'll see. Actually, maybe you weren't even there that day, actually. Ooh, we'll see. Maybe Sarah's jumping in. Because Sarah actually won the Yin Pro. Anyways, long story short, there's a lot. This will be cool if you've never done this, Sarah. So you're going to look at the other person, and for 10 minutes, okay? Go as slow as you want. Well, we'll see. We'll do 5 maybe. If I feel like I'm a bit of a sadist, I might go to 10, but we'll see. But just like with all things Yin, the longer the harder, right? So we'll start with 5. We may go to 10. But just get prepared. I will let you know. So just expect the unexpected. What you're going to be. So player 1. Who's 1? Raise your hands. Okay, 1s. You're going to ask that person in front of you, while you're looking at them in the eyes, who they are. Okay? You're going to ask, who are you? Let me hear you say it. Okay, perfect. Okay, just wait. Now wait. Player 1, that's the only thing you are allowed to say. Only thing you're allowed to say. And just like a Buddha, you're going to keep repeating this question every time they answer it to you. So you're going to learn a lot about this person in front of you right now. Okay? You don't say thank you. You don't acknowledge anything. When they're done talking to you about who they are, whether it's a word, a sentence, a phrase, you ask the question again. And you keep asking it, and you keep asking it. Let's go. 10 minutes. Let's start. And you can speak, So how do you say in Russian, who are you? Tote. So you say Tote, and she will speak in Russian.
Okay.
Okay? And you just keep saying
Are
it.
we reversing or like she's one?
Oh, okay.
So she'll start with that. And then when, I'm assuming we reverse it eventually?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you go, let her go first.
Yes.
So you say to her, who are you?
Who are you?
And then she's gonna da 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 da, and then you go, who are you? And you just keep going, okay? And listen, good. Get going, you're doing great. Yeah, good. Nothing else is allowed to be spoken. Only the question, and the person who answers the question is allowed to say anything they want, as long as they want, or as short as they want. But as soon as they're done, the question gets asked again. Who are you? 10 minutes. Oh, this is the fun part.
Balanced.
Thank you. Who are you? Thank you. Who are you? You got it. You got it. You got it. Keep going. Keep going. Dig deep. Dig deep, make that uncomfortable comfortable. Who are you? Who am I? Who am I? How am I not myself? How am I not myself? What is myself? What is myself? Is it something I do? Is it something I have? Who am I? Who are you? One more minute. You're doing great. I know you're a worm on a wire, on a hook. We've all been here. We've all done this activity. Who are you?
Connie.
Yeah? 30 seconds left.
Why don't we just do maybe next weekend? Yeah, we're gonna have another meeting.
All right, crew, and let's bring our hands in namaste. Let's thank our partner for revealing all that. That was the 5-minute version. You got lucky. Imagine the 10-minute one. I have men going, oh, God. Ah, I'm dying here.
Is that supposed to be particularly difficult for me?
No, particularly difficult for all, brother. Okay, so now obviously our partner knows what they're getting into, so they're gonna feel a lot more comfortable, but it's still difficult. So just look into their eyes, relax, ask your partner just the simple question. I know it sounds silly, you can say thank you, but just keep asking them the question. See what comes out. 5 minutes.
Yeah, I realized like everything we say is just like an action.
Yeah,
But if we didn't do any action, we're still existing.
yeah,
So what are we without any action?
that's right.
That's the question.
It's a question without a question. Yeah. There's no more questions. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Ah. Let's thank our partner and give him a little hug if you want to. A lot of courage. All right? Yeah. Okay, so turn back to me. Awesome, crew. So again, what is that? So this who am I thing is all about this whole question of yoga takes many paths, right? And one of the paths yoga takes is this question of the self, right? This idea of gyan, which is the knowledge. And so this knowledge is really important because this knowledge comes from the self, right? Many selves. In Indian philosophy, we believe there are many selves that like come about. Make sure the mic's on the right way. But the whole idea here is this is a self-inquiry. So we're inquiring about the self. Who am I, right? Who are you? Who is this person? And some of you, I'm sure, had a lot of interesting answers. So I'd like to go around the room, and I would just like you to express how you felt through that activity, how you felt being the person asking the question, and how you felt being the person answering the question. So we'll start over here with Samantha.
I think asking the question was hard because asking over and over, you know, and knowing the thought process that the person's going through, you want to jump in and like help them, but you just keep asking the same questions, so you feel a little bit bad about it. Answering, I think I had a good situation because I had the 5 minutes to think about what I would say. But answering it gets hard, right? Again, we hit with that same question. It feels like you're kind of hitting the same wall over and over. But when you're asking such a general question, you kind of go into all kinds of zones. Like you think about your childhood, you think about your ancestry, you think about like future generations. So it's bigger than like who are you like today? How do you describe yourself in a bio?
Very good. Thank you, Sam. Beautiful. Eric, how'd you do?
I mean, I feel like I could have done better. I mean, I kind of want to redefine myself kind of journey right now, so I think that that's probably part of it, is that everything's kind of changing. So, I mean, that's never going to change. But asking the question, you're kind of having one side of the conversation. But it is, it's cool to see the other person go through that thought process themselves after going through it myself. And
Absolutely. Thank you, you two. So what I take from these two is experience from hearing it is just basically to ask the question of who I am, over and over and over again. You get to a point where it becomes difficult, right? Because you've answered it, but to be asked it again and again and again, and you're trying to use words to describe something, that's the whole part of the self-inquiry. Because once you're able to answer it so many times in so many different ways and kind of say like, okay, this is who I am, but it's like, oh, but I'm all these things, and all these things are who I am, and I'm still being asked again who I am. How can I be all these things? And now I'm like, and this is where it was funny with Eric, he's like, I'm running out of things, dude. And it's like, am I enough, right? Am I enough? And that's the beautiful thing about the question, because at the point of this inquiry, we had the experience of, am I enough? And of course, this is just a game. This is just a practice. The idea of the self is that you can ask that question over and over again, and you'll always receive an answer. If we went for 10 hours, you might be silent for maybe 3 of the 6 hours, but all of a sudden the self will start kicking up again. And that when you thought you weren't enough, give it some time, and then boom, that it's going to come right back up, because there's so much to the self. So thank you to the two of you. Blessings. It was a beautiful story. How did we do? Yeah.
I did my best to keep repeating it.
Yeah.
But just because of language.
Absolutely.
We used our little app, which was very handy.
Nice.
I think then, like you said, are you enough? And it's like, yeah, obviously, and we are so much. We're not just kind, we're also mean, and we also are direct, and we come off this way. And it's like, I'm everything.
Right.
I think that's how it goes. And I think you and then we should give me the word in Ukrainian and Russian. So that's kind of we're doing English as well as, right? So then I can understand it. So it was nice.
Beautiful. I'm going to comment on this at the end because this is like the big finale, but you're touching on some really beautiful points there, so thank you for sharing. Beautiful. Sue and Anshu, how do we do?
Yeah, I want to say I thought it was a really kind of a loving and giving experience, both asking and answering. Because it makes you obviously self-reflect on who you are, but it's so quick that you give yourself a lot of kindness, I think. And I could see that in your eyes as well. Like it's not like you were like almost discovering, hey, I'm kind. You know what I mean? Like it was coming to your mind like that, and you were kind of thinking, I felt anyway from you that you were like, you know, like really kind of, yeah, I thought that was really, really interesting anyway. It was really touching, and I feel very emotional.
Yeah, right.
To be honest, I do though.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you now.
Yeah.
I just felt it was really touching experience. Yeah.
It's a powerful activity. That's why I said once it's happened, you can never have it again. It's like one of those really powerful ones. Yeah, beautiful. Catches you by surprise.
There was a vulnerability about it, like looking at someone who you don't know, trying to put it all out there.
Yeah. I think what's neat about it is the repetition part of it too, because then once you go through, you're kind of like, oh, I'm a boy, I'm a son, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a this, and then they're like, who are you? And you're like, because you're looking at them and you're like, and then this is where the activity gets interesting, because that's where when you start to see all the different associations of what it is that the self is, right? Like you said, the self is everything. So we'll talk on that at the end. Final group, thank you so much, ladies. Blessings.
I felt very vulnerable on both portions. It felt very a little intrusive. To answer the question, for someone who I met maybe a couple hours ago. It was very powerful to receive honest responses, and I felt a deep, emotional connection, like a very beautiful energy flow. I just wanted to reach out and hold your hands, which I did, to just allow that energy to flow. I wasn't allowed to say anything, but I felt like holding hands was like hey, just be safe here. You're allowed to say whatever comes, and it was so beautiful to receive such vulnerable answers in return. So thank you. That was really on both sides, and that made me feel safe to share my shares too.
Beautiful. And Sarah, did you do this activity last year?
I don't remember doing it.
So I think it's because you came on day 2. And I used to do this activity on day 1 to bond the group. So this is actually super auspicious that you actually just completed your full, I'm getting a little bit of a shiver time right now. Nice job. Power up, Alex. That's so great. That's I'm glad you got, because this is a powerful one. This activity is a special one, and you had your moment. That's perfect. Beautiful. Reza.
I found it quite intense and vulnerable, like you guys said. And my hands are so clammy, but you're like, I was like, my hands are clammy. She's like, that's okay. But it really helped ground me. I'd say I would like to be more to myself with those kinds of things. So it was interesting. I also felt like I had to have a right answer. So going first, I felt like I was really self-critical. And then when you shared, you kept your responses short and sweet and random and all over the place. And were just I don't know, it was very beautiful. And it helped me reflect on how I answer when you were answering, I felt like just tons of compassion towards you, and like I wanted to hear what you had to say. I was like, I should flip that around and respond to you or share with you in the same way that I would want you to share with me. If that makes sense. So yeah.
Beautiful, thank you. So as you can tell, this very simple activity of self-inquiry, Gyan Yoga, you know, where we go, like again, asana is just a part, like again, yin yoga, yes, there's an asana section, but this whole idea of like Gyan Yoga, this self-inquiry, this whole notion of the self, this idea of what we are, and it's been asked in ancient times, you know, Socrates asking why, and knowing like the question. It's the question that drives us. What is the question? You know, who is this self? What is this self? What is self-awareness? What is awareness? What is the self? You know, what is yoga? What is this? What is that? Everything that drives science is a question. Everything that drives everything is a question. But as you start to answer the question, as you start to dive into the question with answers, right? Having answered, that's where the emotions come in. Because I always say it, yoga is emotional. Yoga is physical. Yoga is mental. Because yoga is the union of it all. So the better question to ask yourself, and this is where it gets really clever, is, you know, what is not yoga? What is not the self? Who are you not? What are you not? Are you not the river? Are you not the star? Are you not kindness? What are you not? And what have you never been? To answer that question is when you take this activity to the next level. And when you answer that question of what you are not, then you know what you really are. And I can't tell you what that is, but I can give you a practice for you to experience it, right? I can give you a practice for you to dive into it, okay? So this is the formula we're working with for this union, you know, taking the Atma, the spirit, to the Brahma, you know, the universal, you know, and finding union of non-separation. So it's very, very powerful. And that's why we meditate. Because when we meditate, the whole point is to take, whether we are answering the question or we're not answering the question, and just to be silent and still. So there is no one inside here nagging at you who you are or who you're not. Right? It's just about, you know who you are and you know who you're not. Because if the question gets raised, you don't feel that you're stupid, that you don't know. You don't feel that you haven't done the work to know. There's nothing that will agitate your mind to get into oscillation mode, back into seeking, back into, you know, out of the meditation. It will take you out of the meditation, right? There's just a steadiness. And that was something when me and Paula were talking, she's like, when she first did this activity, she always described who she was through an action. You know, everything of herself was an action. And what she realized through this activity, it was like, well, I have to be more than just my actions, right? And that's where in yoga, it's like, yeah, that's the yang. Action is yang. So it's like, yep, you are that. But you are also the yin, which is the intention behind the actions, right? What is the intention of these actions? So then the next part of the self-inquiry becomes not what I associate as what I do, but can I associate every action with its intention? Did I just lie down? Like again, I can only use myself. Am I speaking with love? Am I sitting with love? Am I looking around with love? Am I using my fingers with love? And again, it's not the love that you guys think. It has nothing to do with the love you think like your love. It's my intention. You could have the same word as me, and it might be, you know, a slightly different color or a slightly different vibration, right? Because love is, you know, what it means to me might not mean what it means to you. But it might be another word. Someone else could use the word, let's say, I don't know, like compassion. But the way I process love and the way they process compassion is actually the same thing. And now the words are just getting in the way. Well, I follow compassion, I follow love, we're enemies, or you know what I mean? We're doing something different, but we're actually not, you know? So it's funny to see how things can take forms, but the whole point of these forms, I had one Indian teacher say, it's about taking the I, like you know how we have it in English, like an I, like a capital I. He's like, and you push it down and you use it as a bridge to go from yourself to God. And that's the journey. You take this massive thing that you've created called I, everything you have, all that you do, and your job is to, you know, surrender it, because you're gonna die anyways. It's gonna all go anyways. It's all gonna go anyways. So the whole path is to understand it as a bridge to go from here to basically here, which is the feeling of one, I'm separated, and one, I'm not separated. The door is closed, the door is open. I'm in the moment, I'm waiting for the next moment. I'm ruminating on the past. I'm not actually here. I'm in my mind. And so again, that's why we talk about grounding, because grounding allows us to take all this mental energy and put it somewhere, right? We have to put it somewhere, right? And so it's nice to put it somewhere. But even when I talk about putting it somewhere, we're not actually putting it anywhere. We're just stilling it. So when I say, oh, you're pushing it into the earth, we're not really pushing it into the earth, right? We are, but we're not, right? The feeling is, oh yeah, I'm getting it out, like Baloo the bear, like, oh yeah, I'm getting it out, it's going in, my energy's going into the earth, right? It is, but not really. The feeling is, I'm just activating it so it's not dormant inside of me. It's not lying, hiding. It's not locked inside me. Now I'm waking it up and I'm saying, hey, I'm not supposed to be here. Or, hey, this pattern is not the right shape. Or thank you for protecting me in the past, but now you have to go. Because now I want to feel open here. I want to love again, right? My intention. And that's where, you know, I use the line. What's right for you might not be right for anyone else. So on this path of love, you know, I'm 38. I found Paulette, you know, 36. You know, it was a long path of love. And, you know, everyone was love until they weren't love. And I was okay with that. But there were other people in my life that weren't okay with that. Well, everyone's the one. You say everyone's the one. And I say, yeah, they're all the one until they're not. Because my intention is I have to just love everyone like they're the one. I have to do it this way. That's my intent. I get that you don't play this game, but I have to play this game because if I do this game and I don't give up on this game, then one day I'm gonna love the right person and that person's gonna love me. Right? I can't give up on love just because these other people were the wrong people. Right? Because my intention is to love. So that brings me back. So was it hard to love, I don't know, 10 past exes? Sure. Wasn't when I was loving them. Was it hard to let them go? Well, technically, I let them go because I love them. Because they didn't love me. And I didn't love them. So love actually let me let them go. And I can move forward to love the next person. Because I didn't stop loving the love. Because the love is not something outside you, it's inside you. And you're trying to share it with someone who also has the love. My word, my intention. This is how I understand. The separation that is not separate. Okay? And this is class about the head, it's about the mind, it's about the energy, it's about the understanding, okay? Cool. So I'd like us to take just a moment right now. We have our books, journals, everyone has a piece of paper, pencil, writing thing. I'd like you to just take a moment right now, just, on the grounded page or the surrender page if you have a journal. I just want you to take a moment right now just to really lock in on your intention and just really realize that, put yourself and your intention as one. Put them in a circle together. You can write it as your name, if you associate yourself as a name. I just associate myself as a self because I'm Alex and Alexander and Muftari, there's a million in Petroyama, there's a million names. So it's just self, who am I, I am. And maybe just write I am and then your intention. That's an important one. Let's do that. Let's write that down. I am, just write in your book somewhere just right now. So you lock it in. It's a very important thing. And then we'll take just 10 minutes, go to the bathroom. I'm gonna get the room prepped and I'm gonna send you on a journey. I'm gonna take you through a practice of this activity, which is basically a long meditation. Relax and chill. Sounds good, everyone? All right. Great. So we'll meet back. Yeah, we'll just give it 10 minutes. Use the bathroom, relax, talk amongst each other, whatever you need to do. And then we'll start the practice again. I'm gonna warm up the room a little bit, guys, because it's a little chilly now. All right. And Paolo, we can turn this off. Meditation. Let's sit in meditation. You can change it up. The point, though, is you can't move and meditate because you're moving. Do you understand the difference? Meditation can only be when you're still. I've had this argument many times. People are like, well, my meditation is surfing or my meditation is this. It's like, I hear what you're saying. I get it. It's a flow state. But what we're talking about in yoga is meditation. Meditation is stillness, silence, spaciousness. And to access this experience, you can't be moving because everything else is moving and you are the awareness that is watching it all move. So to get to that space where you can see it all happening, you have to be chill and still. So the room will warm up, so get yourself nice and comfortable. Again, you can do anything you want, but just try and just take a position where your body, and that's what the practice is here to do, is just here to relax. And so just get into a good way. This is going to be a bit of a story time in the beginning, and then it's going to move into the practice. Kel's going to come in about 10, 20 minutes, and we're going to send you to the stars. Okay, crew? So just buckle up. It's going to be about an hour. Enjoy yourself, relax, release. Okay? That's what you're here for. You're here for the experience. Okay, so let's begin our story at the beginning. Okay? Today's class is about the mind. Why is it about the mind? Because we're talking about the head. What is the head all about? Right? The head is about the oscillations of the mind. Right? This is something inside your head that thinks. And in science, we talk about these as thought patterns. And these thought patterns pull us out of the present because we're constantly receiving sensory information, the temperature of the room, the feeling of the bolster, what we have to do today, later today, what we've done yesterday. But everything, as you've learned today, is connected to the self. It's all about you. So when you sit to meditate, which is what we're taking the practice of yoga into the experience of yoga, you're taking the practice of the self through stretching, through breathing. You're taking that practice into the experience of the self. And what is the experience of the self? Well, we asked a bunch of questions today. What is the self? Who am I? And as we ask that question over and over again, we got a whole bunch of different answers. So when you meditate, you're always going to face these many things that you are. They're going to come to you. But it's like I said to you, once you understand your intention, this is what I am. And you are that because that exists with or without you. You are aligning with something greater than yourself. And that's the union. That's the communion of the union. That's the connection. That's the conversation. That's how it all clicks. So as you lie here, as you focus, every sound you hear, everything in this room, whether it is good or bad, whether it is right or wrong, whether you like it or not, is disturbing or not disturbing your peace. The choice is yours to be affected or not affected. To tell the story and get wrapped up in the story and to connect with it or not. And it's really hard not to when the intensity grows. But that's the challenge. Because yourself, who you are, who you really are, who you really, really are, right? Who you really, really are deep down. What this thing is non-separate. And anything I say to you from this point on, if it gets confusing, go back to your intention, because all I'm trying to tell you is coming through that intention, whatever you've set for yourself. So the more you can attach the intention to all that I'm saying, the meditation will be more still. You'll be able to hold the space longer and stronger. The awareness. Yin Yoga has 3 rules, 3 principles, 3 things that have brought you all here to get to this point of like, let's meditate. One is, are you comfortable? Okay? Are you comfortable? The second one is, are you comfortable being uncomfortable? Are you able to take in things that are uncomfortable and transform them constantly and make them comfortable? In yourself, through your senses, in your life. This is the way of yin. There's an edge. The edge is, this is where uncomfort lies, and yin goes to that edge, and it starts slowly, 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 slowly making its way forward, making its way forward, making its way forward, absorbing it, making it comfortable. This is the way of yin. And then the third part, once you make the uncomfortable comfortable, what's there left to do? Once you've made it, what you learned today in the practice, once you've made it all the way to surrender, what's next? Well, what's next is to realize, like, basically how far you've come, which is basically the beginning, which is you're grounded. You are grounded. You are not doing it as a verb. You are the noun. You are grounded. You are safe. You are your intention. That's the liberation. The end is the beginning. The beginning is the end. This is what becomes real. You are real. You are real because you are it. You're not trying to be it. You're not doing it. You don't have something that says you are it. It is, and you're with it. You are it. It's around you. It's in you. If it's not here, if it is here, it doesn't matter. Because through and through, you are you. And you are it. And as you breathe and be, you emanate this energy. And through your awareness, you guide it. This is meditation. This is why a lot of people say, well, isn't it a lot of doing nothing? It is. But once you know what nothing is something. It's a lot of somethings. There's no thing. You can get lost real quick. So that's why we hold the intention. So be comfortable. Explore the uncomfortable. Cultivate the uncomfortable. Make it comfortable. And then, once you get to that point where it's like, what's the point? Surrender. Relax. Let go. You don't want anything. You don't need anything. You hope for nothing. You fear nothing. You are free. You're just being. You're just being. You can't be anything else other than yourself. It's okay to like it. It's okay not to like it. It's okay for others not to like it. It's okay for others to like it. It doesn't matter. It only matters if you're not in being, if you're in the mind. For the mind has its preferences. So meditation is about carving out a space of being okay with being okay with not being okay, having a choice for the sake of the choice. You can or you can't. It doesn't matter what the outcome is. The point is that you can or you can't. Like Yoda said, do or do not. There is no try. That's what they were saying. That is the lesson. It's all around us. This idea of just being. And as I articulate it, as I roll it out for you, it's very hard to describe it because it's like a magical castle. A magical castle of now. It's so very thin. As soon as you've gone, then you've been. And as soon as you're in, you're out. And that's the present moment. And the present moment is the only moment. And the only moment is happening through you. There's no one else. But if we're all present together, then we're experiencing it together. We're holding the space together. We're holding the energy together. We're connected in the now. We're here. We're clear. We're moving through the darkness. We're moving through without fear. Fear is what keeps us separate. Without fear, we go further. We go deeper. We're not scared. You know why? Because you're being. What's there to be scared of? What's there to be scared of? Your being. There's no threat. Release the threat if you're allowed to be yourself. Everyone else is taken, right? Be yourself. Just release the threat of being yourself. It's okay to be yourself. Give yourself permission to be yourself. Sovereign, agency. It's okay to not be okay. It's okay to be okay. This is where the yin works in. This is where we go low and slow. First rule, be comfortable with all this information I'm sharing with you. Are you comfortable with it? Right? And what's not comfortable, can you take that information that I'm sharing with you, it's making you feel a little bit strange or weird or different, and can you make it comfortable? Can you understand it through, can you connect it to you in a comfortable way? You might not get it. That's okay. Are you okay with not being able to get it? Keep the frequency. Hold the frequency of balance. And then we surrender. When you surrender, that's it. That's the meditation. You'll slip into this space. You won't hear my voice anymore. You'll just be here. It doesn't matter. Like the magical castle of now. It's so very thin. As soon as you've gone, then you've been. As soon as you're in, you're out. It doesn't have a time. You go in and out of it. Like consciousness. You go in and out of it. When you go in and out of the moment, you don't need to remember anything because you're just being present. There's nothing to do, so you don't need to remember anything. You just be it. You go into it. You are it. It is you. You allow yourself to experience it. And as you allow yourself to experience it, everything becomes everything. The seeker becomes sought. Awareness. And so the journey of this yoga is about cultivating the practice to be here, because yoga starts now. Yoga starts here. And the practice is here to bring us back to here. And yin yoga is just a flavor, it's just a style. People like the style because it's chill, because it's like a turtle, because Alex and Kelly are teaching it. We like Alex and Kelly. It's a preference. There's many ways to enter in. No one owns the way in. The journey is the destination. Once you surrender, that's it. And once you wonder what's next, that's when you realize you're back at the beginning again. But the difference is you're grounded, because you did the work to get to all the way to surrender. So something has changed. Like the magical castle of now. It's so very thin. As soon as you've gone, then you've been. And as soon as you're in, you're out. But once you're out, you're not the same again. You are, but you're not. What's the difference? You're grounded. You're comfortable. You're okay with letting go. You're okay with releasing, surrendering to the flow, giving up control, pushing the I, making it a bridge, walking across it, using the self, using all this knowledge, all this experience as a way to access the universe. Meditation is anything but doing nothing. It is, but once you do nothing, now you can do everything. Because everything comes from nothing. It's still a thing. Things. No thing. Everything. They're all things. The awareness is what's important. Being awake, being aware. This is the meditation. Meditation is to liberate ourselves. Meditation is to realize ourselves. And if we worry about who we are, we have a bad dream, we get scared, you come back to the intention. Don't let those things in. Don't let something pretend it's you. Don't let the Maya confuse you, the illusion. You are not separate. We are here in the present, and you will remain in the present and stay in the present as long as you want. It's a choice. And when forgotten, go back to the intention to bring you back. And as you get more advanced, you get better at it. This is the point. This is the purpose of yoga. To be in a state of non-separation. To connect fully, mind and body through breath. And when we sit and meditate, when we lie down and meditate, when we sleep, whatever it is that we do, the consciousness is the key. And in consciousness, there's 3 states. There's the waking, there's the dreaming, and there's the sleeping. Meditation, what you're doing right now by listening to my voice, being guided by my voice, is being able to see, yes, I sleep. Yes, I wake. Yes, I dream. I've experienced all these things. When I am experiencing these things, I do not know the other things that I am doing, because I cannot be in 2 worlds at once. If I'm dreaming, I'm dreaming. If I'm sleeping, I'm sleeping. If I'm waking, I'm waking. But for the yogi, through awareness, which you're cultivating right now, you're sending the intention through these states to protect you, to guide you, to send it through, to allow, to release, to move it to. A place where everything is aligned as one, connected. Like a fractal. It's all connected as one on all levels. Go outward or inward. It's the same repeating pattern. Within and around. Above and below. It's all you. This voice, what you're hearing, this place, it's all you. For me, it's you. For you, it's you. It's all the self. And we are in self-awareness. being aware of itself, like water being aware of the sea, like fire being aware of the fire, like earth being aware of the earth, like the air being aware of the air. Conscious, awake to itself. For when that happens, it's okay that it's not okay. And it's okay that it is okay. You have the choice. You have the awareness. You have the self. You have the agency. You have the action. You have the intention. The intention is what makes this all possible. Intention is what makes this all possible. And as you cultivate meditation, this time in meditation, you're expanding this energy, this awareness, this thing. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to have anything. It just is. And the more time you spend with it, because it's timeless, it's always existed. Existed before the Big Bang and existed after everything is gone. In this time of being present, in this energy, you become realized. This is what is real. This moment, this breath. When that focus and that feeling and that vision all align, you are one in oneness. Samadhi, the highest level. Imagine a raindrop being absorbed by the sea. Imagine the sea releasing heat into the air to become a cloud, to become rain. The absorption of it all, feeling the entire thing throughout all its forms without separation. The entire universe expanding. All the stars, all the planets, and somehow all of us are here together today. We are part of that story. We are part of that expansion. That's what's real. And it might be a blink of an eye, and it might be a trichonoclasm. We are here right now in it. And that's why it's perfect presence. It's the moment. When you're in the moment, you are here because you've always been here. You are a part of it. It's not what you think it is. That's why we cultivate meditation. It's hard to express what meditation is or why we need to meditate. The purpose of meditation is for the sake of itself, to be, to remember, to know, to be, to remember, to know, to be, to remember, to know. With that, we're going to now take and cultivate all this knowledge into an experience. You don't have to do anything. Stay exactly where you are. You can do something, you cannot do something. The only thing you need to do is the first rule, because you're in the yin program, which is get comfortable. If you're not comfortable, this is a little bit of a time to remember, time to get comfortable. Because that's the first rule of yin. If you're a yin star, you're always checking in. Am I comfortable? Because I can't be doing yin if I'm not comfortable. Now, there's no such thing. There's no such thing. So now that you're comfortable and there is such thing, what's the next thing we do? Well, this is why Alex gives something, a posture, a practice, a breathing, because this is the uncomfortable. And why do we do this? To take the uncomfortable and make it comfortable. Because there's a relationship that happens through this. And through this relationship of the uncomfortable being the comfortable, that's where it brings us into surrender. So let's take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale, Ujjayi. Keep doing this till there's nothing left. There's nothing left to sigh. If your awareness is with me, you're going to do it the whole time. Because that's what makes an advanced yogi. So you're going to do it the whole time. And I say that only because if you stop doing it without knowing you're doing it, then you slipped into meditation. There's a secret. So we're going to keep doing this the whole time until we can't anymore. Your mouth gets dry, swallow. You can do behind closed lips. You're going to keep doing it until you can't anymore. And the whole point of this practice is let's see if we can just slip into that meditative state. Let's see if you can just stop without stopping. Let's see if it happens. All on its own. You don't need to meditate. You don't want to meditate. Meditation is something you do. Meditation is something you are. We don't need to fake it. If you stay with the breath the entire practice, great. That makes you an advanced yogi. You're one who can focus, concentrate. Because the goal here is to stay with the breath. But if the breath takes you, then it's taking you to your spirit. Because your breath is your spirit. And that's meditation. Communicating with your spirit. 1,000 times a day. Connect that energy to this moment. Let's feel and let's heal. Breathing and being. Let's connect it to this moment. Let's own it. matters. This reality, this being. On true strength. You have to see it for what it really is. At the source. At the self. Take the breath all the way in. And all the way out. Take a deep breath in through your mouth. And exhale, sigh it out. So wiggle it out. Wiggle it out. A little lighter. A little brighter. More comfortable. 20 more minutes, level 2, coming through. You want to sit up, sit up. You want to meditate, you want to try cross-legged, you want to see what it feels like to sit in it. You want to feel what it's like to lie in it. You have the choice. You have the seat to the self, to the inquiry. What is it? All right, yogis, follow my breath. In through mouth. And out through mouth. In through mouth. And out through mouth. Place your hands on your heart. The heart is the center. The heart is the source. As you feel that heart, everything gets brighter, everything gets lighter. Because heart to heart, create space. Chant mantra Om, deep breath in. All knew that last one was too much. All knew it. We all knew it because we all felt it. Because we're all here. I hate to be Miss Frizzle, but welcome to the present moment. Surfing on a sound wave, swinging through the stars. But Magic School Bus just opened up for every one of you. Thank you, 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 thank you. We're so tuned in, so present, so energetically aware. You know, words are funny now at this moment, but let's have lots of words. Lots of food, lots of drinks, whatever. at this time, I just want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you to the space. Thank you to this place. Thank you to the portal. Thank you to ALTEA. Thank you to the energy that rode through us. What a ride. What a vibe. What an energy. What an experience. Again, you can never jump in the same river twice, right? It's always different. This was an experience, one of a kind. I was blessed to have it all with you. Thank you from the bottom of my hearts. Namaste, yogis. Ushta. Day 4. Oof. Wow, that was amazing.